I was just looking at this today. July 14th, 1 week from today, you start seeing rookies roll into training camp. Vets come in on like the starting on like the 21st and 22nd.
Maybe that's what it was.
I do also have to say that there is, I think, only 2 teams, because, of course, if you're going to play an NFL preseason game, there have to be 2 teams involved. But on July 31st is our first
because of the Hall of Fame
preseason
game.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Usually, well, I'm just saying, usually it's in August.
Yeah, no.
Gives me the tingles.
I know, right? Your sports pants tight?
We are getting
Yes.
very, very, very close to the footballs making a
I
return.
think you're excited. Check out these nipples.
Yeah. Last year we did the best trophies in college football, and a lot of those trophies we went through the whole bracket throughout the summer, and there was a whole lot of them. But so many of those trophies are as a part of rivalry games.
Mm-hmm.
And the Athletic released their top 100 rivalries in college football. And no, we are not going to go through all 100.
No, because like we don't need to go through Mount Union versus Wisconsin Whitewater.
No.
Although I will say, Cat Grizz,
Mm.
elite FCS rivalry.
It's
Montana State.
Mm-hmm.
That is an elite, and it's on this list.
Mhm.
It is on the list
I will start at the very top though, and I don't think there really should be
at 100.
no at the top at number 1. I don't think there really should be any pushback to this. According to the Athletic, the number 1 rivalry in college football is Michigan Ohio State.
Yes, those two teams hate each other. We had a fight on the field after this past year's game. Like, yes, they do hate
We
each
saw
other.
Jack Sawyer throw a tantrum like a 5-year-old.
Yes, we did.
And you got a problem with it? Win.
And then go and win a national championship. That team played pissed off after losing for a 4th straight time to Michigan.
I have zero issue in a rivalry game, especially if you stunt on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
I have zero.
right.
Baker Mayfield planting the flag, zero issue with it.
Yeah. If you don't like it, don't lose.
Don't lose.
Stop them.
Well, that wasn't even a rivalry game.
No, but I mean,
that was Oklahoma, Ohio State.
Yeah,
But
still, you don't like it, don't lose.
There was some heat with that. that.
Yeah.
And obviously the Kentucky Oklahoma game when they refused to shake Baker's hand before the game, and they were like, would they go 2-9 that season?
Yeah, Kansas.
I'm sorry,
Was that Kansas.
Kansas, not Kentucky.
And then he grabbed his crotch.
Yeah, and then he told the fans behind him, "Go cheer on basketball."
Yeah,
I'm riding Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm. That happens. But Michigan Ohio State, not only is it 2 absolute dyed-in-the-wool blue blood programs who have not only climbed the mountain once, but multiple times.
Yep.
You were talking about a rivalry that goes back to 1897 and has 120 games.
Yeah, Uncle
played.
Spud was there.
He was born in
And
1896.
it's tight. It's a tight rivalry. Michigan leads 62-56.
Yes, so that's the important part about this is that like not only is it
Longevity.
It's not just a passionate rivalry with both sides. It's evenly contested. You have moments. You have national championships that have been dictated because of that game. It means a whole hell of a lot. Yep. I have no notes on Michigan, Ohio State being number 1.
I'm a little surprised with number 2, but then again, I'm not because SEC is going to SEC. Number 2 is Auburn, Alabama.
Oh, I think that this is a rightful spot. I think that maybe you could swap 2 and 3.
That's
and
where
we'll
I would
get to
go.
3. But the Iron Bowl has always meant something.
Yeah, and poisoning a tree.
I mean, you don't get
Criminal
much more
charges were filed.
passionate than poisoning a tree. And again, this one has had national championships be on the line. It's had some incredibly memorable moments. The kick 6, for goodness sakes, to go down to the wire. And look, it's teams that I thought they did a really good job with this list of not having a lot of recency bias.
Yeah.
This one has a twinge of it because it's ahead of number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is Oklahoma, Texas, Red River rivalry. To me, that's the second. Like, there's real hatred there.
Yeah.
That's holy crap hatred when you talk about those 2 programs, and the back and forth of it all. And again, been played since 1900. Texas leads all time 64-51, 5 ties, and again 120 meetings. Not only, I think the key to all, especially these ones at the top. Number 1, longevity.
Yep.
Number 2, they're tightly contested. Number 3, the number of games they've played. There's one in the top 10 that is a one-off in that it stands out because so few games have been played comparatively to everybody else.
If you want to know how important this game is to both the universities, it's played so early in the season. This isn't an end of the year rivalry game. It's played early enough in the year to where you can sit there and measure how that team will finish the season after that game. Because if one team gets waxed by the other, it spirals. And we've seen that happen
For both sides.
For both sides. And it has catapulted one team season for turnarounds in either direction. But it's the fact that it's always a neutral site game. It's at the Texas State Fair. There is so much bad blood there, and they play for a golden cowboy hat. Come on now,
It's a great trophy.
it's beautiful.
Great trophy. One that you and I have been a part of.
Yeah.
Falls in at number 4, and it absolutely should be a top 5 rivalry. Army-Navy.
Don't disagree with it being top 5. I wouldn't disagree if it was number 1 after being there, and that's one of those ones where it's like you can watch it on TV and it gives you goosebumps. It gives you goosebumps for 3 hours when you're there. And
It's tear-inducing.
it's crazy to see how much that game means to so many people.
That's why it's the standalone that it is.
Yeah.
Army-Navy is a standalone game because of what it is.
Yeah.
And it's the
Boy,
history.
do they hate each other.
Oh, God, it's great, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Number 5, another long-time rivalry, USC Notre Dame. Total meetings 95. Notre Dame leads 52-38. Been played since 1926. Obviously, this is a rivalry that's in the news because of whether or not it's going to continue.
Yeah. And this one has given us moments, man, from for decades. It's given us moments, and these teams have been national title contenders. One of them at all times. Like in the 80s, it was more Notre Dame carrying that mantle. In the 2000s, both of them were. I mean, that game meant, where were you in the BCS? And now it is leaning more towards Notre Dame, but it is a great rivalry. You played for the jeweled shillelagh. That's a good game.
It is.
It's a good game.
If I remember correctly, there were a couple of shillelaghs, weren't there?
I think there are 3.
Notre Dame plays for 2 of them.
No.
One against Purdue, one against USC.
I can't remember the other one. I think there's 3. I can't remember who the other one is though. The other one in here in the top 10 that stood out to me, coming in at number 8, Ohio State, Penn State.
Yeah. By the way, that's behind Nebraska, Oklahoma, which they have not played for a couple of years. Miami, Florida State, which is a great one. Yep. Miami, Florida State, but that game hasn't meant much for
a while.
Years. Yeah. But then, number 8.
Number 8, Ohio State, Penn State. The thing that stands out is the first meeting was in 1912.
Yeah.
They've only met 40 times.
Yeah, well, because Penn State didn't join the Big Ten until 92, I think. I think it was 92. So they haven't played as consistently as a lot of these schools have. But you want to talk about every game mattering. I mean, holy smokes. Joe Pa's Penn State. I mean, there's only been a few down years of this rivalry game because both of these teams have been absolutely dominant
since Penn State came into the Big Ten.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Oregon's first entry on this comes in at number 21. That is Washington, Oregon. They are just behind Harvard, Yale, and just in front of Iowa, Wisconsin.
Boy, I don't think that this game's getting enough credit for what it is.
I'd bump it up probably 5-6 spots.
But I think where it gets bumped back is that both of these teams, historically, it's been long runs. It's been long runs of Washington winning. It was a dozen straight for Oregon. This game has been a series of runs back and forth.
It's never been a back and forth affair.
In that, more recently, it has been. But then also you look at it and you say, it's like, well, it'll be like 3 wins in a row for a team. And very rarely do you have a true back and forth.
And first meeting was December of 1900. They played 117 times. Washington leads all time 63-49.
Yep.
The other one on here for Oregon, up in the upper echelon, is Oregon State, coming in number 27. Oregon leads all time 69-49, 128 total meetings. First meeting in 1894.
Yeah, it's one of the longest running rivalry games west of the Mississippi. And it's a great game, and I'm glad it got the credit that it deserves of being a top 30 rivalry in all of college football. Think about it. I mean, you're talking, it's not just the 136 teams that are FBS programs. I mean, Harvard Yale was up there.
Mm-hmm.
You have D3 games that are in this, FCS, multiple FCS games that are, that are in
Lehigh
the top
makes the
100. So for Oregon State to be at 27, I like it, and it's only 2 spots behind Bedlam, for God's sakes. Oklahoma State. I mean, that says something about what this rivalry has been. And look, it may be 69-49, but goodness gracious, the 2000s, that was a back and forth every year. You didn't know what was happening, and these two teams were playing for nothing in like the 80s, and it still was a heated rivalry.
Yeah. That's the thing about it. And that's where I want to go next with this. I wanted to kind of set the table with where we are with rivalries and kind of how they're viewed.
By the way, Apple Cup 30.
Yeah, right
30.
There. So that range of basically 20 through 35 is a lot of the in-state rivalries.